because you're not going the full-on Super League way. So if you're not going to go on the full Super League way, keep it as is. Either you're going to go fully the Super League way, or you're going to keep it how you are. But you've created this new format where this makes no sense. It's stupid. I want to see the best against the best. I want to see Tyson against Holyfield. I want to see Ali against Foreman. I want to see the best against the best. I want to see peak Celtics against the peak Lakers. I want to see the best against the best. It gets real. It gets real. It gets real, man. So let's just look at this damn thing. So new UCL formats, which we play 300 billion games. So let's just look at this whole press release and just look at just what the freaking heck is going down. But what people have been saying is this is pretty much what the Super League are doing. So this Super League that you're so scared of, you're literally copying what these guys were doing. So what gives? But it is what it is. Let's just check this out. So let's just maximize. There we go. Beautiful. So all right, cool. So let's see what are we doing here. Actually, no, let's just go back. There we go. Better, beautiful. So there is a reason that European football is one of the world's most successful and popular sports. It never stands still since the inaugural competition. Okay, blah, 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 blah. To ensure the new 24-25 formats will deliver the best for clubs. Hold, let me just put myself up here like this. There we go. Let me put myself all the way up here. There we go. UEFA base is designed on extensive consultations with key stakeholders in the European football community, aka we stole from Papa Perez and the Super League. The final format's access list and calendar for European club competitions was approved on May 2022, further to UEFA's decision of 19th of April 2021 to introduce a new competition system, which obviously was coinciding at the same time that your Super League boys were trying to say what's up. So how will the Champions League formats change? So the pivotal change in the reforms announced by UEFA Executive Committee is the departure from the current format's group stage system. So then I said to myself that, why? What was wrong with the group stage system? These are the same guys who took away one of the best things to happen to football, which was the away goal rule. Something new, dynamic, interesting that's made the Champions League unique and set itself apart from any other competition. So why did you do away with the away goal rule where if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Why are you doing away with group stage? Makes no sense, but we continue. The present UCL group stage includes 32 participants divided into 8 groups of 4. From the 24-25 season, 36 clubs will take part in the UCL league phase, giving 4 more sides the opportunity to compete against the best clubs in Europe. Okay. The 36 clubs will participate in a single league competition in which all 36 competing clubs are ranked together. Under the new format, teams will play 8 matches in the new league phase. They will no longer play 3 opponents twice, home and away, but will instead face fixtures against 8 different teams, playing half of those matches at home and half of them away. To determine the 8 different opponents, the teams will initially be ranked in 4 seeding spots. Okay. So, let's say you get drawn with, let's say it's like, okay, Real, Man City always get drawn. You know, Real, I face you home, I face you away. So you're saying that you face a certain team. Let's say it's Atleti, and you only play them away. But we never see Atleti come to your house. What was interesting about the UCL? This way, I just get annoyed. What's cool about the UCL is away goal rule in the knockout stage. But in the group stage, because what the UCL is about is home and away. Home and away. That was always the mindset of it. So once in the group stage, we play you at your ground, you play us at our ground. We play you home, we play you away. So, because again, if you really want the league system to really operate, and how a league system is, you play everybody home and away. That is what should really be happening. But obviously, you can't do it like this because you'll have already too many freaking games, which we'll get to. But the notion of where I'm only going to play this said team once, and that's once either going to be home or away, you're taking away what made the UCL cool. These guys are freaking dumb, man. So this gives the opportunity for clubs to test themselves against a wider range of opponents and raises the prospect for fans of seeing the top teams go head-to-head more often and earlier in the competition. It also results in more competitive matches for every club across the board. That's the Super League. That is like you stole the Super League's idea. The Super League's idea was we want better quality games from jump. So we want a top-tier team against a top-tier team. We want an Inter against a Bayern. We want a City against a Barcelona. We want a Real Madrid against a Liverpool. We want top-tier from jump. So you're just doing what the Super League are freaking doing. But again, the Super League's idea was, no. This is a whole new league system where we have the best of the best and the elites of the elites. And you have to now say what's to actually get into the elites. But that's a whole different conversation. That's a separate personal conversation of where I think football should be going, but it is what it is. How the extra UCL group stage spots be allocated. Qualification for the Champions League will continue to be open and depend on a club's final position in the previous season's domestic league competition, combined with each association's position in the associates club's coefficients ranking. The basis of the access list will remain the same as for the current season. So slot 1, this place will go to the club ranked third in the championship of the association in 5th position in the access list, which is determined by the UEFA. Slot 2, this will be awarded to a domestic champion by extending them 4 to 5 the number of clubs qualifying. Okay, all right, you know what? Okay, look, thanks. Slots 3 and 4, these places will go to the associates with the best collective performance by the clubs in the previous season. Okay, So obviously, this is where I think they're saying like Serie might actually be saying what's up and might be actually ahead of the EPL. If you look at the entire performance of the team in said league, man. The results of each match will decide the overall ranking in the new league, with 3 points for a win and 1 for a draw still applying. The top 8 sides in the league will qualify round of 16, while the teams finishing 9th to 24th will compete in a 2-legged knockout playoff to secure their path to the last 16. Teams that finish 25th or lower will be eliminated with no access to the UEFA Europa League. Well, that's good. You see, the only good thing about this is those dudes, so the losers of the playoffs in 9th to 24th, do they go to the Europa League? Because what I want is, no, if you failed here, you don't get rewarded by going into another competition. So those people in the playoffs from 9th to 24th who lose, you're out. You're out. The new format with all the teams ranked together in a single league will mean that there's more to play for all the way through the final nights of the league phase. All right. How will the new UCL benefit fans? The new league format will involve more European teams in each competition. That doesn't benefit fans. Like, if you want a good product, less is more. That is why the more teams you have, the more you dilute your product. Like, this is still a competition. This is still an elite competition. And the whole point is you need to be of a certain caliber to qualify. Hence why you need to finish in the top 4 or top 3 of your competition to qualify, because you want to get the best of the best of the best. Having now 36 teams and just expanding it more, you are diluting your competition. Fans want to see a great product. The more teams you have, the worse your product will be. These are just the facts of the matter. Now, sometimes you may be lucky and look at what happened at AFCON, where, AFCON just happened to be very exciting. But that's really rare. That's really rare. The new format will introduce a better competitive balance between all the teams, with the possibility for each team to play opponents of a similar competitive level throughout the league phase. Every game counts. The new league format will ensure that any result has the potential to dramatically change a team's position, right up to including the very last match day. Winning or losing the last game of the league phase could make the difference between a side qualifying automatically for the last 16 entering the playoffs or being eliminated from the competition altogether. The changes made are designed to secure the positive future of European football at every level and meet the evolving needs of all the stakeholders, unequivocally confirming joint commitment to the principle of open competition and sporting merit across the continent, shots taken at the Super League. Common purpose has also been to sustain domestic leagues. As outlined above, the new landscape of UEFA club competitions will allow more teams and therefore more coaches and players to compete in more competitive games on the European stage. But where is the money though? It's all cool competing, but where is the money? Because if you want to sustain domestic leagues, you need to pay me. In the words of Jerry Maguire, show me the money. Show me the money. UEFA has also reaffirmed a strong financial commitment to the whole of European football and will initiate steps to ensure that solidarity is guaranteed to clubs which do not participate in UEFA club competitions. This will reinforce a solid foundation on which the game in Europe is built. But I'm not seeing details though. I don't see any details here. You see, it's called the Champions League. That's what it's called. The whole notion of the Champions League was, this is for the very best. You have your domestic leagues. The perfect scenario is where you have choice. You've got your Champions League. You've got your domestic league. You've got your domestic cups. You've got your under-17s, under-21s. Choose whatever you want to watch. I love football. But I'm not going to kid myself. What makes me most excited, it is cool seeing the small team beating that big team. That's always cool to see. And Leicester City was a great story. What Girona are doing is amazing. What Leverkusen are doing is superb. But if I have to choose, I want to see the best against the best. I want to see Tyson against Holyfield. I want to see Ali against Foreman. I want to see the best against the best. I want to see peak Celtics against the peak Lakers. I want to see the best against the best. That's what I want to see. So the notion of the Super League was, we are housing the very best of the best against one another. Now, they needed to tweak things because everybody should be given a chance to say, I am amongst the best and I can beat the very best. 100%. But the Super League's overall idea was right. We want to create a Super League, an elite league of the very best teams and the very best players in the world competing against one another. That is what we're like, okay, these are the very best 10, 11, 12, 14, 15 teams. They compete against each other, and we now determine who is truly the best out of these elite teams that have all the best players in the world. So we are seeing the best product at the highest level. So, but this is just an answer to the Super League. But for this though, I'm confused because you now have 36 teams. So pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4. So a pot 1 faces a team in pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4. Do you really feel you're going to have... I'm just keeping it a statistic, guys. We have to be honest here. We can't be like, we have to be cold, hard, and honest. So how many people are going to watch that pot 4 game against a pot 4 level team against a pot 4 level team? Let's keep it a stack. Are you really going to see many people watch those games? And remember, guys, didn't we already make a comment that there are too many games already? Haven't we already said that there are too many games? So that team that finishes... the team that finishes is 9th to 24th or something. So you didn't have to do a playoff So I say that playoff is home and away. If that playoff is home and away, that is now two games. So after that playoff, they now have to now go into a round of 16. So those guys that finished 9th to 24th, they now have an extra game. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, we just said that there are already too many games already. That players are now getting so many injuries. Players are getting fatigued. So, and the whole notion that you want to see the best product. You can't have the best product if the players are tired and they're not playing their best. We want the players to be at their physical best, and they can only be at their physical best if you have a proper number of games. Not too little, not too much. It is way too much, the number of games. But the idea for UEFA is that UEFA, why did you change this? Why did you change this? Like, this just feels as if they're trying to play both worlds, or we're still trying to keep our old way, but trying to mimic the Super League. Super League, we're like, we're just going here full on, 100%. Yes, we made some mistakes and we tweaked it back, but we're here full on. But for this UEFA, I'm like, I just need to ask them, like, why did you? Because you're not going the full-on Super League way. So if you're not going to go on the full Super League way, keep it as is. Either you're going to go fully the Super League way, or you're going to keep it how you are. But you've created this new format where this makes no sense. It's stupid. Like, it's stupid because I'm like, a league format, you play 80 games. So 4 teams you play at home, 4 teams you play away. And so if I'm a certain team, I'm like, bro, I wish we had that. So let's say you're like a Villarreal. Oh no, let's say you're like an Athletic Bilbao. Yes. Let's say you're an Athletic Bilbao. And you happen to play Real Madrid away. And that's it. I'm like, bro, we fancy our chances of these guys, of Bayern Munich, in our house, because we know how strong we are in our house with our crowd, our Basque crowd. We know how strong we are. So how come we are denied an opportunity to play this top tier team in our crowd? And think about it as well. This is what people are not thought about. Especially if you're a small team. Imagine if you're a small team, like you're a Copenhagen, or you're like a Lugo. The notion of like, wow, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea, these guys are going to come to our stadium. The money we'll get, the chances of our fans seeing these superstars for the very first time in the flesh, able to get their autograph, able to see them up close. That was the beauty of the group, because the group stage was, bro, that small team are able to welcome that big team with all their big players to our stadium. But now you have a notion where it's a lottery. They may be able to come to your stadium, they may not. And we all know that all this stuff is rigged. So we know it's rigged. So we know that for those big teams, you know that certain games will be at their ground that favors them, and certain games away from the ground that favors them will be that way. So I don't know what you guys think. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Why do things have to just keep on getting worse when it's fine? It was a group stage. You played guys in your group home and away. And then once you got into the knockout stage, you had the away goal rule. One of the most amazing inventions in football, next to the golden goal. It was amazing. It was perfect. Who told you to take away the away goal rule? Who told you the away goal rule was trash? Who told you that? Whoever told you that, nuke them. Press the red button. Whoever told you that the away goal rule is trash, nuke them. And now you're doing away with the group stage for this bum-ass, weird-ass 36-game Switzerland, Geneva, Zurich, Merchants, Swiss chocolates nonsense. The heck? Jeffrey, man. I'm inducted in that dude, bro. I'm inducted in that freaking dude, man.